Congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, so yesterday we kind of just did questions and answers, and I think that worked all right. So does anyone have any questions? No questions. Up front.
Well, I have a book that says it's by a different author, but it looks like the ones that you wrote.
That is by a different author. I have never met her, but I've heard that she's done good stuff.
It looks like yours.
I know. It's because it's in the same series, so they had her take over for me because I was really busy writing the Daring Do series. So I'm only one girl, so so I was busy doing that. So
The only one I know about Daring Do is this one.
yeah, well, there's a new series coming out, the Daring Do Adventure Collection, which is 3 Daring Do books in a treasure chest, a little mini gold Daring Do.
I have
So
the whole series of this series.
awesome, cool.
Now I'm waiting for that Fluttershy one.
I know, me too. Can't wait till that one comes out. That one's gonna be really cute. My editor told me that it was her favorite one of the 6, so I don't know. Yeah.
What was your favorite book to write?
They were all fun to write, but I think I had a lot of fun with the Rarity book because she has such a fancy way of doing everything, and she's very dramatic, so it's fun to have her react very dramatically to every situation. And I liked writing about, different fabrics and things like that. And my mom is a seamstress, so I was always calling her up and being like, wait, what is that thing that you use? Like this stuff? And then I had a great joke in there about Pinkie Pie's pinking shears.
Yeah,
Which I was like, I gotta use some pinking shears in this.
Oh yeah. You had some good puns in that one
Oh,
too.
thank you.
With
Yeah.
Mary
With Mary
Claire,
Claire, the
and
magazine.
and the double meaning with Larson's, the Nay School
Oh yeah, I'm
design.
glad that you noticed that. Because
Yes.
I like to put in little shout outs to the staff in my books, if you notice that. And that one, because there's Parsons, the new school for design. That's like what they do, Project Runway.
Yep.
And I'm a New Yorker, so I walk past Parsons every day. So I thought it would be funny to make it Larson's for Mitch.
Yes, that's probably the best pun you've had.
The best one, really? Thank you.
How much freedom do you have when writing the books? Like, I'm sure there's probably some push to keep continuity or some sort of continuity between the books and the show, or if there is, I don't know. But how much freedom do you have, creative freedom, in writing the books?
Well, it's always been my goal to keep the books sounding a lot like the show. I want them to feel like episodes of the show. So if I start to put something in that I don't really think would happen in the show, then that's a red flag, because it wouldn't make sense. So it's freedom within limits. I mean, it's like the writers of the show. I think that's kind of how it is. Like, I'll throw ideas out there and say, oh, I think this would be funny, or I'll create this, like, type of animal, or give Fluttershy a pet or something, and that's okay. But I'm not gonna, like, I don't know, make 2 ponies get into a relationship or something. It's freedom within limits. I don't know, does that answer your question?
Yeah. I think so. Was there ever any sort of collaboration with the actual show writers on any, as far as continuity goes, or is it just, were you given a lot of just leeway of just, here's the...
Sure, yeah, I check in with them about certain things, and then if we notice something that really clashes, we'll say something, or once in a while there's a piece of information that I put in as a little sort of Easter egg that people might notice later.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Do you write the activity pages at the end of the books?
I do actually write all of the activity pages, even the little, I make up all the, word searches and crossword puzzles and everything in the back, so.
Wait, for real? Like, really? Like,
Yeah.
that means our
No, I really do.
That
Yeah.
is so cool.
Yeah, so I don't know, I have a couple favorites, but there's a lot that I make up that they don't even put in. So there's in the Pinkie Pie book, I always talk about this, there's It's like one where it's go out in your garden and you like find rocks and draw them and give them names. So I was like, oh, geology. And then in the Rainbow Dash book, there's like a Wonder Bolts test where like race your friends and time yourself and all these physical activities. I'm kind of subtly trying to like push good habits on kids. I mean, no one told me to do that. I just thought it would be fun if I made a log where you write down all the vegetables you ate that week and which ones were yummy. So I think I put that in the Applejack one. There's like fruits and vegetables I like. So, but yeah.
I think it's at the end of the Rarity book. There's an activity that includes a list of bona fide city names. And one of them is San Jose.
Yeah.
Is that inspired from Stay Brony, My Friends?
I guess so, yeah. Yeah, sure. It was probably in my brain, which is why it's really dangerous for us to, people always say they can't read fan fiction.
Oh,
Because stuff like embeds itself in your brain. I probably was thinking of that. Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
I mean, I'm from the Bay Area too, here
Oh,
in Northern
okay.
California, so I thought it would be fun to include a Northern California city.
Do you know much of like the show's actors or like other writers in the show and stuff, like from your job?
Yeah, I actually know pretty much all of them now, just because of conventions, really. I mean, before that, I was sort of on my own in New York, and the rest of them are in Vancouver and LA. So, conventions have been great, because I don't really have coworkers. I'm just by myself. So no, it's cool to go to conventions and get to know them, and I actually think it makes everything a lot stronger in terms of continuity. And they're all very nice people. Yeah, I might try and go visit them in Vancouver, actually.
How'd you land the Daring Do gig anyway, like for writing the books?
It was basically because I was writing the other books and they liked my work. So
Okay.
they said, do you think that people would like this if we did this? And I said, yeah. So,
Also, I want to say that that I personally think that you do a good job of making the books seem like they're from the episodes, like they're episodes and everything.
thank you. Thank you.
I know on the Amazon page, the books have been credited to A.K. Yearling. Is that how they're going to be released?
Yeah, actually, that was something I pulled for
Okay.
because I wanted the books to look like they are in the show. So when we had the discussion, my publisher was like, oh, do you want your name on the front? And I said no, because I thought that'll really mess up the whole thing. So I think my name might be like inside. I think it says like A.K. Yearling with GM Berrow, but I'm not sure because I haven't seen it yet. So sort of like a James Patterson thing.
It's a nice touch.
Yeah, so I thought it would be cooler. And I really pulled for the art to be original and look like the show.
Thank you.
So, so hopefully it turns out great. I think it will.
In pretty much all of your books at the end, there's a little thing where it shows the other books you wrote. And this one, Twilight, is just regular Twilight, but on the back she has wings.
That's a good catch that you said. Yeah, I know. The first version of the Twilight book didn't have wings on the cover because,
I got the first version.
yeah, because the cover was released before the finale of the show. So they didn't want people to see the cover with Twilight having wings on it and then be like, what's this? So that would have kind of ruined it. Even though it was weird in the book to have it on the cover where she has no wings and then she actually is an alicorn in the book. It's confusing. That's why they re-released it. I was like, you guys, this makes no sense. So
I remember looking at mine for this and have to wait till March for it.
How did you land the gig of writing the first set of books?
okay. Tell the story again.
Story time.
Sorry.
No, it's okay. I keep trying to like edit myself every time I I tell the story so that it's less long and boring. But I had always loved writing, and I went to film school for television writing, and I tried to focus on kids television while I was there. And I graduated, and I wanted to start working in TV, so I started working at Law and Order as a PA. And TV, live TV production, and animation, but TV and film are really exhausting industries to work in because you just have really long hours, and I was working like 14-hour days, really exhausted all the time, but in a way tricking myself into thinking that I was heading towards my goal, but I don't know if I was, other than getting my feet wet in terms of the industry and meeting people, which isn't bad either, but I wasn't writing at all, and I kind of felt guilty about it. And then I had heard about a friend of mine who landed a job writing for Jimmy Fallon, and it was just a year out of college, and I was kind of jealous and felt like mad at myself for not working on my dream, even though I was really tired. So I made a promise to myself to start working on something, and I started writing some spec scripts, and I started writing a script for Glee, the TV show, because it was like season 1 at the time, and it was very popular and fun and just the right tone for me. So my roommate and I would work on it. Sometimes at night I'd ask her if things were funny or if they played well. And she was working as an editorial assistant at a publishing house, and they had acquired some teen novels for Glee that they were going to produce, but they didn't have a writer or someone who knew the show well. So she asked me if I wanted to try out, and she would try and get me in. And I wrote up a whole thing, like a fake outline, and they loved it. Because apparently I did it wrong, actually, because I didn't know what I was doing. I just was like, yes, I'll try. I'll do anything. So I wrote it up in a way that was very much like a TV outline, I guess, because that's what I was trained in. So I added in a lot of dialogue into the scenes and stuff, even though it wasn't, I guess that's not how it's done, usually. But they thought that it really sounded a lot like the show, so they hired me, and then I started working on that series, and then I worked on other series, and they were all ghostwriting gigs. And then my editor from that job actually called me and asked if I wanted to do Pony because they thought I would be perfect for the job. And now that's all I do. And now I finally get to write for TV, which is always my little happy ending. So.
Did you ever want to write for I hate to say not like animation, but shows like Law and Order and stuff like that? Did you ever want to do like a different kind of genre, or just go in a different direction?
I actually worked at Law and Order, the original, for 2 years, and Law and Order SVU for 2 years, and so I had a lot of people always asking me, like, are you going to try and get on the writing staff here? And I was always like, no. Because it's not that I don't want to do another genre, but I just don't think I, at this point in my career, am capable of that tone. I don't, maybe I never will be, but I tend to like the happier, fun things. And I like to watch those things too, and I think it's good for people to try to, if you want to be a creator, to try and make things that you like, because then other people will probably like it, and you need a whole range of things. So, maybe in the future someday. more the tone that I go for. That's kind of the same.
While writing the books, have there ever been like is there like a favorite joke that you have, like something that you thought of that was like, oh my gosh, I have to have this in there no matter what?
There are a bunch of things that I put in there that made myself laugh. I'm trying to think of off the top of my head. I like the song I put in that Pinky's singing in the Applejack book. There's like a part where she's like just being super annoying and she's like singing a version of like I've been working on the railroad, but she's like I've been working on the apple farm and she's just like jumping around. Applejack's like, oh my god. That made me laugh. She's talking about her frugal horn. Yeah.
Flugelhorn's funny just because
I know, it's a
flugelhorn.
flugelhorn. What else? I feel like I should have looked through and
Need to borrow one for a second?
yeah. Anybody got a book?
Oh, he's got the books. This is great.
100%.
Oh well, yeah. This.
It'll part it's in. But yeah, it's like there's pickle barrel and kumquat.
Oh yeah, I like to put in those.
Chimichurri-chonga.
Oh, I don't know. I mean, I put in the thing where Big Mac is wearing like paper wings and a
Oh
horn.
my god,
He's
Yeah,
on
because
he's
it's
on
tea
the
party.
Hilarious.
Princess Tea Party with Apple Bloom,
Yes.
Beauty Market Crusaders.
You need to get someone to draw that.
Yeah, that made me laugh. So I.
Did you know about the reboot of My Little Pony, the G4, before you were asked to write the books? Had you seen any of the episodes, or did you have any awareness of it?
I did not know about it. No. My editor called me and said, "Do you like My Little Pony?" And I, of course, gushed about My Little Pony because, as you can see, I was a huge fan growing up.
It's a great show.
I was obsessed with it when I was a kid. And when I say that, I'm not even joking. All of my stuff was My Little Pony. My mom just found my lunchbox from the 80s and my huge bin of ponies and my sleeping bag and all that stuff. So I was really into it. And, of course, I went and watched every episode of the show as soon as I found out. And then, yeah, I loved it. It was totally easy, fun research to do.
Have a favorite episode?
Oh, that is the hard. You're asking all the really hard questions.
Sorry.
I think my current favorite episode is Pinkie Pride because I'm a huge Weird Al fan and I really like the music in the show. So that episode has so many songs and they're just fun and it's Pinkie Pie and it's Weird Al. It's great. I love it. And he's so cute when he's like a filly and he's jumping through those
Don't you mean cool?
Swiss cheese and stuff. And I think the animators did really well with that too. Like the giant pizza and the fruit punch lake. Come on, that's so good.
I was gonna say a note on the animation of that episode is the scene where Pinkie Pie's watering the plants. The water goes into the drain. They actually animated it going to the drain. I was like, wow, that's good animation.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. So that's current favorite that I have.
What I loved was when he was singing, it was Weird Al music. It was with the accordion and
Yeah, I
that.
think Daniel Ingram did an amazing job keeping that Weird Al.
Yeah, I think one of the music people are is actually kind of buds with Weird Al.
Yeah,
Like
Daniel
Anderson.
Ingram is.
Yeah.
What's your favorite pony?
My favorite pony. My favorite pony is Pinkie Pie. But I do like all the ponies. I think they're all the best.
What's your favorite to write for?
What's that?
Your favorite to write for?
It's kind of a toss-up between Rarity and Pinkie Pie.
Yeah.
They both say the most ridiculous things. What's up?
I brought you your cake.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, cake!
This is becoming a thing. Wow.
It was very last minute.
Oh my goodness. That's so nice. We're all going to have
It's
a
a
cake.
birthday cake?
No, it says congrats on season 5.
Yeah.
Have a lot of fun.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Maybe some beer. Some beer.
They're good this time of year.
Oh,
Get a photo of that.
Because then the fun kept running again.
Oh, don't.
smash.
I know.
What's in the face?
In your face. In your face.
Watch out, Olivia.
Yay, cake.
Can you tweet it? Or
I don't have a tweet. I'll tweet it. Get someone that actually.
Someone needs to
it's in the cyberspace?
I hope this doesn't
Please don't
turn
kill
out like my
Jerry.
friend's 16th birthday.
Oh boy.
Cake by all around.
Sorry
Well,
for
then
I
don't
feel like
jinx
we're
it.
getting married right now or something.
Cake.
you may now.
No.
I know.
I think you're cute. If you meet early
Thanks,
this
man.
morning, then
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, you've seen it?
Yes,
I put it on my Twitter.
I saw it there. I was like, this is awesome. Cool.
Alright.
Thank you.
Cake.
Enjoy it.
Hooray.
I forgot the knives and forks.
All right. Okay. Well,
No, I'm gonna
Thank
enjoy
you.
your panel. You're welcome.
hooray for cake. Anyway,
Wow.
Now we're all confused about what's the question.
I don't know.
What was it?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, your favorite background hobby and your other favorite hobbies from writing.
Oh. My favorite background pony is Derpy. And my favorite hobbies, or other hobbies, I love to dance. I was ballerina until I was 18. So I go to dance class sometimes. Not very good anymore, but I also take art class at SVA, and I like paint and stuff. I also make cakes. So I recently made a wedding cake as a prop for my boyfriend's a prop master in movies, and he needed a huge 4-tier wedding cake. So I spent like a whole week making this thing and all these roses, handmade roses, and I was really proud of myself. So I like that. I guess I like doing crafts and stuff, and art, and traveling, and of course reading. He's the best.
Do you have any books that are a guilty pleasure? Like, I love Goosebumps. I read The Secret.
Oh, I love Goosebumps. I mean, yeah. I used to read those Animorphs books.
Oh my God.
I was really excited because I met the author for those books, who actually, it's like a husband and wife team write all the books. And I told him that I had read every single one. There were like so many of them. And he was like, really? Oh. I was like, I'm sorry. And I was like, yeah, what else is a guilty pleasure? I really like reading memoirs. Random memoirs, not even of celebrities, just find them interesting. And I'm in a book club right now, actually.
You know what?
I'm in a book club.
Oh.
Oh.
It's my first time being in a book club. It's really fun, but it also sometimes makes it feel like homework. 'Cause then when I don't finish the book in time, I feel really guilty. Like, I'm like, should I go to book club? Should I go? I don't know.
Probably won't want you to go to book club.
Yeah, no, I always go. I always go, but you know, sometimes I read stuff super fast and sometimes I go really slow. And I think with the Kindle has made me do this thing where I read like 10 books at once, but I don't really like finish one and then move to the next. I read like all of them at once and then finish them in a staggered way. It's very confusing. I should probably stop doing that. But what's going on in
I
there?
think someone's trying to kill a chihuahua over there or something.
Schedule.
Formation thing.
Is it the Miller referee?
It's the parent.
No, wait, no.
Music theater and voice acting?
What if I said my guilty pleasure reading was fan fiction?
And
No, it's not. I don't read fan fiction. Well, I've read a few fan fictions of other fandoms,
Do tell.
Sometimes it's really weird.
All fanfiction.
Well, I'm a huge Harry Potter fan, so I tried to read a couple of those. But it just confused me a lot.
Yeah.
I don't know. And the writing wasn't as good as J.K. Rowling, because
No.
how could it be? She's awesome. Anyone have any other
Did
questions?
you read a lot of comics growing up at all?
Did I get what?
Like, did you read a lot of, oh wow,
Oh, did I read a lot of comics?
like Calvin Hobbes and Garfield and everything like that growing up?
Yeah. And actually I read a lot of Calvin and Hobbes and Garfield, and my dad is a computer programmer, so we always had these Dilbert comics, which is hilarious to me that like I was like a child reading Dilbert comics. I didn't understand any of that. And then Betty and Veronica, I was totally into this stuff. Try to read them now though, but I'm like, there's nothing to this at all.
So how do you feel about the death of Archie?
Of Archie?
Yeah.
Archie died?
Yeah, he died.
In the news.
What?
Yeah, they killed him.
Yeah,
He got no. I
Thanks
heard
to
about it. Like he got
our
assassinated. He
narrative.
like trying to protect that gay
Wouldn't you-
senator from being
wouldn't it be
assassinated. He
the-
got
I
shot
would be
instead.
the one
You
to
would
tell
be
you
the
Archie
guy.
died.
He's like, remember that childhood thing you loved?
Thanks.
Sorry about that.
Well, it's not like Betty and Veronica died. It was just Archie.
That was the redheaded one, right?
Yeah, Archie was the main character, the redhead.
And he took a bullet for a senator?
He took like a bullet for like a friend who was a politician who was also gay, and like yeah, like he was there was like an
Wasn't he
attack.
just a student, like in high school? Like, how did this happen?
It's been going on for like 70 years. He's got to grow up eventually.
We gotta go with the man, literally.
This is kind of how we felt when we saw the tree get destroyed.
I know, I felt that way too. I was
Yeah, when the tree
and
grew
I
up.
knew that it was gonna happen. I was like, no, wait, I knew that.
Well, I honestly didn't feel too much for the tree, but that's probably because I like kept seeing the commercials over and over, so I kept seeing like the blast that was heading directly for the tree, so I guess I kind of got numb
But
to
you
it by
sad
the point.
about all the books? All the books?
And like she just sang the books from Trade Jet too.
Yeah, like all that. They had an entire episode dedicated to like the sentimental value of these books. I'm like, no, I'm gonna hold on to this.
Yeah.
And then they destroy it.
Oh, they have an official lockdown.
Well, there's gonna be an episode about Twilight feeling lost in the tree, so they might do something about it.
That's gotta be the one she's writing.
Yeah.
No.
I already told everyone that mine is a Pinkie Pie episode.
What does GM stand for?
See, it's always fun to tell everyone now, because I used to just tell everyone, and now I tell everyone to like make up whatever they want. Now, if you really want to know, I'll tell you. It's Jillian Melanie.
Wow.
Have a favorite antagonist? Like from the show?
Ding, ding, ding.
What'd you say?
Larson.
Larson.
Thanks, Emma Larson.
Thanks, Emma Larson.
Yeah. I would have to say Discord, but is that the same? Do you consider him a villain or an
Well, like
antagonist?
I
Well, he
guess
said
like anyone who
antagonist.
started off as an antagonist at the very least. Then.
Yeah, Discord, because I am a huge Trekkie and I love Q. And I was telling someone this story yesterday. My parents went to a Star Trek convention recently, and they went up to John Delancey's like signing booth, and they were like, "Oh my goodness!" And they tried to like explain to him who I was, and he just—I don't think he cared that much, but he was like, "Hold on a second," and like went under his like table and pulled out this like Discord picture and was like, "Here you go." I handed it to them, and my mom was really excited about it, and she called me. She's like, "Guess what I got? Oh my gosh!" So it's pretty funny to me that he carries like a little stack of Discords with him.
Just in case.
Yeah. So
Never know.
Any celebrity that you freak out or something?
any celebrities?
Who do you like?
Yeah.
Oh.
Like, you're gonna say, oh my goodness. Like, come on, I want to touch you, I want to kiss you, I want to.
Like a crush on a
Yeah.
celebrity?
Yeah.
I'm embarrassed to say who.
Like it's anyone you idolize in general.
Yeah.
Well, anyone I idolize, it's not a crush, but I would love to meet J.K. Rowling. Like, if
How about Evan Peter? Evan Peter?
Who?
Evan Peter from the American Horror Story.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, I don't watch the show.
You know?
Good show.
By X-Men.
X-Men?
Yeah, he was the
He was Quicksilver.
Yeah, Quicksilver.
X-Men,
Oh.
Days of Future Past.
That's
That
him.
was so good. Yeah, he was very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really liked him.
I meet him.
Oh yeah?
I met him at this month at the Tampa Bay Comic Con. He was there.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he very nice guy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I once met David Tennant, which I keep telling everyone about.
Oh wow.
But
Okay, now everyone in here is.
no, but this is my story about David Tennant, is that when I met him, I wasn't a fan of Doctor Who. It was a while ago. And I was working at the BBC, and they were filming Doctor Who there that day. And I was walking to go get coffee with one of the hosts of the show that I was working on. And they were filming Doctor Who, and then they took a break, and he was in his doctor outfit. And my friend said to him, "Oh, hey, David, want to come get coffee with us?" And they were friends. And so he came with us, and I just sat there, like the whole time, kind of like, what's going on? I didn't really say anything, hardly at all, but yeah. I always joke that I wish I could time travel back and like be cooler or say something at least, but
That's cool.
so that's cool.
So, this is probably a weird question, but like, since you work for My Little Pony, like I guess like the franchise, I guess, do they give you like a lot of stuff? Like, I don't know, like the toys kind of look silly and stuff, but like, do they show them to you and be like, is this good, or like, I don't know.
They don't ask for my opinion on the toys, no, but sometimes they'll send me like something to my publisher and say this is for Jillian. Once in a while, they'll send me something like they sent me the Shadow Bolt Dash, and then a Pinkie Pie, the walking Pinkie Pie, and a few other things. Sometimes I don't know what makes them send it to me or not, but I enjoy it. Sometimes I'll take the stuff that they send me and like donate it to the charity auctions.
Kind of by the same token, do you ever get stopped by people on the street? Like, oh, you work at My Little Pony, I'm a huge fan of the show. Do you ever get stopped by people in person?
No.
Oh.
No, that would blow my mind if that ever happened. No. That has never happened.
Yeah.
Oh, hey, you work for My Little Pony, don't you? There you go. It's been settled.
I'm not on the street right now. Should go out on the street. That's all I can say.
Well, we can go right now.
I know. We can go.
Parade.
Let's go.
It's a traveling panel.
On the bus.
If you could do a crossover with My Little Pony in any other fictional universe, what would
I actually got asked this recently.
Already? Oh.
So I know what to say. I could obviously do Harry Potter and Magic School. Finished.
Harry Potter and talking horses. Yeah, that'll work.
Well, Harry Potter doesn't have to be there. It could be like ponies and Hogwarts World. What?
Would you have even the Earth ponies and the Mega side be able to hold a wand and still get or only the unicorn?
I don't know. I'd have to work that out. I don't know.
Are the Earth Ponies muggles and the unicorns?
Yeah, possibly.
But then where would the Pegasus fit in?
And the Quidditch team is all Pegasi. I
There
don't
you
know.
go. That works.
Okay.
We're onto something.
Could happen.
Only on the hub.
Yeah, and then in the mer people are like all sea ponies.
Yeah, that's a question. Will we see sea ponies eventually?
I can't answer that question.
Contracts.
Sorry.
Copyright.
Do you think we'll see sea ponies?
And it
President
doesn't.
Can you hope to see it?
I like sea ponies, so yeah, that'd be cool.
Singing and dancing.
Do you mean you're not allowed, like, you're not capable? No blink.
Blake and you're dead.
Ask me anything.
No comment.
Have you seen the new Harry Potter thing up at Universal?
No.
Oh.
I
Oh.
really wanted to go when I came down here, but I'm not going to get to go.
Come again then.
I know, I'll have to
They
come
just
again.
opened the new part too.
I know. I really want to go.
Has anyone done the electric slide yet?
No, not yet. I will be doing it later. No, I was going to go into the rave last night
Oh,
and do it, but...
You heard what happened, right?
Well, I was outside of it, and I saw everyone, you know, coming out of the room. And
Yeah, it was hot. It was burning in there.
Was it really?
You turn on the smoke machine, 12 seconds later, we set off the fire alarms.
Oh, I heard about
We
that.
thought it was part of the music, the flashing lights were
What happened was that literally they turned on the fog machine. 12 seconds later, it set off the fire alarms.
So the whole hotel had to
The whole hotel
Oh, wow.
had to evacuate.
And the fire truck comes.
And when by the time they came back, they said, rave over. So,
Yep.
Aw.
That's why I was last night. And it was
Do you have a question?
on the back of the Applejack one. It says Fluttershy and the Fine Furry Friends Fair.
Yep, that's the one.
Are you gonna be doing any other chapter books on anyone else besides the main six?
Yeah, actually, I'm working on the Celestia and Luna books right now.
Ooh.
Hopefully you make tricky one.
Oh my god, something centered on Celestia, that's rare.
Yeah,
I can't wait for this one.
I did not hear what you said.
What?
Twilight
We're
Zone
gonna
had
have
a
a
great
big
big part in
on
this.
that.
A great big part in it? No, it's about Celestia and the other one's about Luna. So,
It's two separate books.
I have a question. When it comes to writing the books, do you have to talk to Megan at all or the other writers to say, this is what I want to do, to check out with the show and what they want to go in their direction? Or is it more like you can just do whatever you want, and if the show feels that they might change down the road, they have that ability?
it's kind of a mixture. I like to check in.
Okay.
And when you write a draft, then it goes in and Hasbro takes a swing at it, Megan takes a swing at it, the producers take a swing at
A
it.
lot of people look at everything that goes out.
Okay.
So that goes for the show and the books and the comics.
By the way, when we talk about Hasbro is a big company. Is there a specific person in Hasbro, or is it just a faceless entity?
We have reps, you know, there's like a team of people that are assigned to Pony, and there's brand people and Hasbro executives, and
So it's a committee then?
there's a certain amount of people that have to look at it, and they're all on the distribution list for
Okay.
it. So, yes, we have specific people.
Okay. Have you ever been to
But
the
I'm not going
headquarters?
to name the people.
Okay, no.
Have you ever been to the headquarters at all before, or?
I went to, Hasbro and the Hub in LA, and I met Mike Vogel and Brian Leonard.
Oh, in Burbank?
Yeah, in Burbank. Yeah, it was cool.
Was Michael Bay there hiding from Transformers, blowing things
Yeah, he
up?
was just walking around.
Explosions
Yeah,
everywhere.
throwing grenades everywhere.
Was he the one responsible for destroying the tree?
Yeah, it was him. He was also responsible for the fire last night.
Well, WCW guys, going after him.
Yeah.
No, Transformer movie.
Speaking of, talking with you and Hasbro on the show and everything, just one of your mentions in the Rarity book is you have them talking about Coco Cheval. It's just kind of weird to have that with Coco Hamel as well, because you're playing off the same thing. So it's just kind of I think it's a clever pun on there, but it's just kind of weird playing off the same thing.
Well, that is a perfect example of sometimes things being made at the same time or changes being made to one thing without the message getting to the other.
Mm.
I can't be 100% sure about this, but I think Coco Hamel's name was different originally, so maybe that's why that happened. I don't know. I remember being really excited when I thought of Coco Cheval, because cheval means horse
Oh.
in French.
Oh yeah,
So I
it's kind of,
Where did
because you
say
can
it?
tell it's from the same,
Right.
from the same route, and it just went in two different directions.
But they're actually both very clever because
Oh, yeah.
Mel makes sense too.
Yes.
So, I don't know.
But because there's, I can't think of them right now, but I have noticed a couple other ones like that where you've been very clever with a horse pun.
Yeah. Yeah.
In like, I guess back to the books. Is there like a favorite one-shot character that you have that you made up yourself that's in the books?
I like Charity in the Rarity book because she's probably the most fleshed out of the characters I've made up. And I just think she's really cute and she means well, but it's the whole classic story of a copycat kind of situation. And I think she's cute. I was hoping that people might do some art of her, but I haven't seen anything, so.
Yeah.
I was,
Yeah. I've seen the art of Wraithstone at least.
Oh yeah, yeah. I love that.
I was kind of surprised by how that ended too, because you know you're thinking it's going to go into the she's doing this maliciously. It's like no, she's just getting thrown into these situations, and she has no self-confidence at all.
I kind of wanted it to be like that because I think that's a good message. Sometimes when people are copying each other, especially in a situation with like kids in elementary school, I remember that happening. She's copying me, that kind of thing. It's not a malicious thing. It's, you know, you look up to someone and you're trying to be like them, and maybe if the person who is being copied like sees that it's, you know, a form of flattery, as they say, then it's all okay. They can help that person find their own voice.
While I'm thinking of it, where is the plot of Land that Applejack supposedly got? Because I can't think of how that would work. How do you have a contest like, oh, you're going to get an extra acre or two, but they already own all the land in town, so where is this coming from? Are like
Who says they own all the
are
land?
Pegasi just like bringing in a new piece on clouds?
No. I mean,
Well, like if you look at like that area, everything that's not basically forest, they seem to have the farm on it. There doesn't seem to be that much open space around them.
I just kind of assumed it would like be a different part of like Equestria or something, like not too close to Ponyville or something.
I think it can be seen as, you know, maybe there was a portion of land there that was owned by Canterlot and they decided to gift it, you know. That's kind of up for debate, I think.
Then how would it work
Use
if
your
anyone
imagination there.
if anyone else won this?
Then
You
they
know,
would
like
find
how does
the
this
land near
contest
their
work?
place.
Just seems like a very. It seems like it would be a real pain to actually have this as an actual prize, just for the logistics of it.
Sure, but I think it works, and I think it's kind of special.
Oh yes.
So,
Which brings up a question. Is there somewhere hidden in the back room somewhere, a master map that all of the writers, whether the TV or you or anything, an actual map of Equestria, so that shows where everything really is in relationship to everything else, so that you know where things are.
well, first of all, there's no back room, but yeah, there's a map, but I mean, I think it could be more detailed.
Yeah. Yeah, like we have the main map. I guess he's looking at something more to scale and everything.
Yeah, like that of actual
Well, I don't know
Ponyville.
whose job that would be to sit there and make that, so no, there's no map. Like I don't think, I don't know.
For cartographers.
I don't know of a more detailed map,
Okay.
but
True. That's true.
yeah, no, I know what you're saying.
Okay.
That would be really cool.
A challenge.
I know all good things must end. Has there been any discussion about the longevity of the show and MLP this generation?
To answer your question, yes, there's been discussion about it. I don't know if I can tell you what was said, but I think everyone hopes that it'll go longer than even season 5. There's no, I mean, you have to just take it each season as it comes. And then see, I mean, that's how would do that. But that's just
Well, one of the things with animation is traditionally 65 episodes, because that's 13 weeks of 5 episodes. They can strip when they syndicate it, that's every quarter, and then they can do that. That was the reason why season 3 was only 13 episodes long. You had 52 episodes after 2 seasons. By adding 13 episodes in season 3, you were now at 65 episodes. And the way the ending of season 3 was, that really resolved into a finale for that. It finished there. If you look at the way that ended up at the coronation, it's an ending. If you see the way that does. Now then they brought it back again and it continued on. But if you cut it off right at the end of season 3, it's a perfect resolution. So,
I think season 4 had a better ending.